I'm back again, and this is going to be my project pan update. It's been about 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks since I last did one. So I haven't used up any more products since last time. Last time I had used up my Benefit They're Real, which I'm not super fond of, don't really like this. But it dried out completely and started flaking everywhere, and it's horrible. Really glad that one's gone. And I finished up my John Plunkett Day Moisturiser, so that one's all done. So those two I had already done. I have one that is almost done, which is really good, and that is the brown eyeliner, which is the Kmart brand. And that is how much I have left. But it's just an ordinary brown eyeliner. I tend to, excuse my horrible nails, I tend to tightline with this. So as you can see, there's like almost none left. That'll be gone by next time, absolutely no doubt. On my little piece of paper, that's where we were about 2 weeks ago, and that's where we are now, right down there. So that will definitely be done by the next one. The other one that has had a bit of progress, there's really not a lot of it left, it just seems to be hanging on, is my Lancome lipstick. This is in Rose Nude. It's only a little sample size, but that is all that is left. Let's give it a little swatch of it. Oops. It's really hot here, so it's just gone yip. It's very warm here today, but that's what it looks like. According to the, it's got this horrible splodgy thing on it. Yeah, it's like, just much better. Show you with the little, oops. So it's probably a little bit below where I marked. It's so much harder when you've got like the angle on it, but all my lipsticks have angle on them, so yeah. I haven't worn makeup a lot the last couple of weeks. I've had a couple of off days from a mental health point of view, so I haven't really been wearing makeup very much. So hopefully that will be gone by next time with any luck. Let's see, so another one that has shown pretty good progress is this lip liner from Satin in Rosewood. Actually, after the last update, I drew on my little book. So I put the pencil on the bottom line, and that top line is where we were the last time I measured it, and that's where we are today. It has been sharpened a couple of times. It sort of actually needs sharpening like every time you use it, which is a little bit annoying, but I guess you go through product a lot faster. So that's those ones. I got sick and tired of the e.l.f. eye primer container, which looks, it's currently wrapped up in tissue because I literally destroyed the container. That is all that is left of the container. I chopped bits off of it and everything. I scraped the jeebas out of it and stuck it into this little pot, and that is how much was left in there. That is absolutely oodles. Like, you just have to dip your finger into it, like literally, like, and that's like all you need. So this is going to last bloody ages. I don't think this is ever going to be finished, but at least now I can see how much I've actually got, which was annoying the jeebies out of me before. As for ones that are less progress, the Beauty People gel eye pencil, I started using it as a base actually, so there has been a little bit of progress on that. I'm not going to wind that up because it takes forever to wind up, which is why I always do it beforehand. Okay, so last time we were way up there, so like from the bottom of the page to there, and that's where we are today. So you can see there has been some progress, which is really, really good. I just haven't been focusing on it and thinking about it too much, so yeah, anyway. The other one is the, actually, seeing as how I've swatched the other ones, that is that there. And then the other one is the Maybelline Eye Express in Oh My Meringue. I think I've used this like once or twice. It hasn't moved on the measurement thing. I think it was flatter on the top and it's kind of become a bit more domed is about the only difference. As you can see, it's quite sort of, I don't know if you can actually tell, but it's actually kind of patchy and I don't like it. I'm seriously considering just ditching it because I really don't like it. I'm not happy with it at all. There's the NYC lipstick in Bury Me. I have not worn this at all for the last fortnight, so there is no movement whatsoever on this. I just haven't been... I've been focusing on the Lancome one, so that's what it looks like. Look what just happened. It shows you how hot it is here. Everything is just melting today. Yeah. Kind of gross. Anyway. Next, we have my Lancome Hypnose mascara. I think this is actually almost done. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is actually starting to flake a little. I'm getting bits of fallout under my eye when I wear it, which is usually a sign that it's about ready to die. So I think this will probably be used up in the next 2 weeks. I think I'll probably have ditched it by then. I've actually been through quite a few mascaras recently that I've just started, as soon as they start flaking I get rid of them because that's just annoying as hell. Onto the base type stuff. We have the Kmart BB Cream Foundation. I've probably used this more than I've used the other one, which is the CC one. I've realised that these tend to sink into my pores, like both of them are equally bad. This one's a little bit too yellow, this one's not too bad. So what I've actually started doing is a trick that Wayne Goss talked about, where you put one ply of tissue on a sponge and then press it in and take off the excess moisture from the foundation or BB cream or whatever. And I think that's actually what's been my problem, because that's solved a lot of the issue. It hasn't been sinking in as much, is that they're simply too emollient, especially in hot weather, and it just straight into the pores and the wrinkles and everything, and it's really not attractive. And since using Wayne's tip, that hasn't been happening as much, which is really, really good. Although he did his where you add extra oil to make it sort of like more emollient, I really don't need that with like moisturiser based products. So I can't really tell where this one is at. I have found a way of measuring these things. I was playing Sims at night and held it up against the screen and you can see straight through them. But I forgot to do it last night. I'm not actually wearing either of these today. I'm actually not wearing foundation at all today. It is so hot. I'm just like, you probably can't tell when I'm sweating. I do have some makeup on, but not foundation. I haven't used a whole heap of this. I think I'm probably about there, which is where I've marked. I mean, I can fold the tube there, but I know there's stuff up the top here. But it is quite low. I think probably if I haven't used these up by the time this sort of finishes, although they're probably one of the ones I will finish up, I'm kind of planning on this not going past the end of March now, because it's been dragging on a little bit. I think I'm probably just going to end it either at the end of this month or at the end of next month, and these probably will both end up being thrown out, because this is really just not the right colour, and I've kind of fallen out of love with this one. It does really well for correcting imperfections in the skin. It is an awesome colour corrector. It's just a bit too, it just sinks too much into my pores. and I just find that not particularly attractive. So that's where we're at with those two. The other foundation one is the Mineral Foundation, which actually I have been using a lot more, especially on like really hot days. I've actually been, if I needed to put makeup on, this is actually what I've been using. It doesn't really show it too much, but we have had movement in the line. We're probably more about down there, and it looks inside the container like there's a lot less in there, so it's still going to take a fair while to use up the rest of this, especially as I don't really wear makeup every day. We have the Hope Girl blusher, which seriously, this thing just does not want to go anywhere. I mean, it's still got oodles and oodles in it. I doubt I'm going to get this finished by the time I call it quit on this particular project pan, and it will go back into, I'm kind of getting bored with it. That's going to go back in the container and I'll use something else for a while. The next one is the NYX Mosaic Powder in Highlighter. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a fairly substantial dip right in there. I don't know how close to the pan it actually is. I tend to swirl around it anyway. I have been using this as almost like a face powder, like it's on, I've got it on today, not you can tell because I'm globby because I'm sweating. But I've been using it kind of like somebody would use like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. Use it a bit like that, which means I've been using a bit more. But it's really hard to tell in these how deep the pan is until you hit the pan. But yeah, I can see progress on it, but that probably doesn't mean anybody else can. Anyway, and the last one is the one that probably shows the most signs of movement, is the e.l.f. Eye Stylist. As you can see, little pan in there has got a lot bigger. Yay, look at that. And I've sort of been working a bit on the sides, and there's a weird little dent up the end, and I do tend to work around the pan, so I'm just making, whoa, hey. Wow. I think I broke it. There we go. So there's definite progress in that, which is really, really good. I wasn't expecting on finishing that anyway, not anytime soon. So, but it's good that I've made progress. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, so that's where I am at with my project pan. As I said, I probably will call it quits on it. Probably at the end of March, and then start a new one. I think I'm probably going to go for more like quarterly ones rather than sort of finish X number of products, just so I can cycle through things a little bit more, like try out a few of the other things I've got. Yeah, so we'll see what happens then. Yeah, so if you want to subscribe, click down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, and leave me a comment down below. I try to respond to all comments. And if you're doing Project Pan and I'm not watching you, or you don't think I'm watching you, tell me down below and I'll go and check out your stuff, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, I will see you in my next video. See ya!